Alright, player 2 selects first in the double Jeopardy round.
With this one.
This, of course, this round has the 2 daily doubles, and the categories to select from are
Math terms.
Math terms.
All about presidents.
All about presidents.
Quoth the Raven.
Quoth the Raven.
Notice the spelling. Islands.
Islands.
Mythical menagerie.
Mythical menagerie, and
say it in Spanish. Player 2,
Where do we start?
You start.
Math terms for 400.
With a name meaning many angles, these shapes may or may not be convex. Player 1.
What are polygons? Yeah, there we go. Alright, same
Where do we
Spanish
begin,
before.
Player 1? The Bureau of Land Management can help you adopt one of these wild donkeys. It's Player 1.
What is a burro? Alright, Satan Spanish, 800.
As well as manly or virile, this word can mean sledgehammer. Here's the response we were looking for. Macho.
Macho, macho man.
Player
1200.
1.
Answer there, one of the
First of
two
the
daily doubles.
You are currently in the lead.
Alright,
Player
I'll
1,
go for
please select your
2600.
wager. All right, here's your clue. Whether after Cuba or not, it simply means free.
What is... Siempre?
You are still in first place, though. Here's what we wanted. Libre.
Libre. There,
Player 1. Pick again.
Go again, though.
This can mean taste or flavor. Con mucho this means with great pleasure. Yes, Player 1?
What is gusto? Yeah, there we go.
You again. Let's take it over to Sarah.
In Spanish spelling, this mark above the N indicates that rather than una, the word should be pronounced uña.
I remember seeing this clue before, but I don't quite remember the
Okay,
answer.
Player 2. You.
Oh, the tilde, that's right.
Player 2. You start us off.
Quoth the Raven for 4.
This character has gone psycho long before he says, "She might have fooled me, but she didn't fool my mother." Here's what we were looking for. Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
Player 2. Choose again.
Quoth the Raven for 800.
Kathleen Quinlan finds comfort talking to shrink B.B. Anderson in I Never Promised You a This.
I'll try it.
Player 1.
What is Rose Garden?
Right.
Alright. Let's go to math terms
Okay,
for
let's
800.
get back in. Here's Sarah to start us off.
2 or more circles that have the same center point are said to be this, from the Latin for together center.
Yes, Player 1.
It is concentric.
Good.
Yeah, there we go. Math terms for
We
1200.
return. A pair of angles that add together to make a straight line are called this type of angle. The correct response is supplementary.
Supplementary. Yes.
Player 1. From the Greek for worthy, this kind of statement is also called a postulate. Okay, Player 3.
Axiom.
Right.
Right.
A lot of clues, a lot of
Math terms for
categories. Player
2000.
3. Make us a...
Answer there. The other daily double. And how much of your
The second
2600
daily
do you want
double.
to risk?
You're in second place, so what
Just
is your
600.
wager going to be?
All right.
You need to select
Here's
your
the
answer.
clue.
From the Latin for across, it's the property that says that if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C.
Reflexive property?
Oh.
No.
We're talking about
$2,000.
the transitive
Transitive property was what we needed.
You get
All
to
right,
pick
lost
again,
a little bit
Player
there. Go
3.
again.
JFK took his oath of office on a Bible that these people, his mother's family, had brought with them from Ireland. Here's what we were looking for. The Fitzgeralds.
The Fitzgeralds, okay.
You again, player 3.
All about presidents for 800.
As a teenager in the 1880s, he played the helicon in the Marion People's Band in Marion, Ohio. Here's what we were looking for. Warren Harding.
Warren Harding.
Player 3, back to you.
Presidents for 12.
He was the only member of Washington's cabinet who went on to become president. Here's the correct response. Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Player 3, back to you for our
Presidents
next
for
selection.
1600.
He was the second to die as the result of assassination. Player 1,
Who is James? I don't think it was Lincoln. Who is James Garfield?
yes.
Alright.
Player 1,
Complete
start.
guess there. Let's go somewhere else. Islands for 400.
This U.S. Commonwealth lies about 70 miles across the Mona Passage from the Dominican Republic. Here's what we were looking for. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Player 1, here's Jimmy. He'll show you.
The indigenous name of this island, home to the famous Moai statues, is Rapa Nui.
Rapa Nui.
Let's hear it, player 2.
Player 2 says it's Easter Island.
Yes.
That's right.
Player 2, make a selection, please, as we
Islands
continue.
for 12.
A chain of shoals known as Adam's Bridge stretches between India and this nation. Here's the correct response. Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
You again, player 2.
Islands for 16.
This large island's two highest peaks lie in the Maoke Mountains. Here's what we were looking for. New Guinea.
New Guinea.
You get to pick again, player 2.
Islands for 2,000.
This large Italian island in the Mediterranean lies just 7 miles south of Corsica. Okay, player 1.
What is Sicily?
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's
That's
not.
wrong.
It's not Sicily.
Anyone else? Okay, player 2. No.
Elba.
Any other takers? Yes, player 3.
It is Sardinia.
Correct.
Yeah.
Player 3, start us.
Presidents for 2,000.
He was number 13. Okay, player 2.
Franklin Pierce.
That's not
No.
it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we were looking for. Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore.
Select again.
Mythical Menagerie for 4.
Nessus, one of these half-horse creatures, tried to abduct Hercules' wife. Big mistake. Let's hear it, player 1.
Half horse. What is Centaur?
That's right. Way to go.
Mythical Menagerie for 8.
A lot of every 500 years or so, this bird was reborn from its own ashes. Okay, player 1.
What is the Phoenix?
That's right. Way to go.
Mythical Menagerie for 1,200.
Player 1. The first of Hercules' 12 labors was to slay the Nemean This, Afterwards, he wore its skin. Here's what we wanted. A lion.
Lion, okay. Mythical Menagerie for 16.
Player 1. It wasn't hard for this Lernean serpent to get ahead. Every time one of its heads was cut off, 2 grew in its place. Let's hear it, player 2.
Hydra.
Good for you.
That's
Good.
right.
Back on the plus side. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player
Menagerie
2.
for
Make
2000.
She was a beautiful nymph before she was turned into a sea monster, doomed to live in a cave opposite Charybdis. We're talking about Scylla.
Scylla.
Player 2.
Raven
You pick
for
again, please.
1200.
As John Nash in this movie, Russell Crowe does quite a bit of talking to people who don't exist. Yes, player 1?
What is... Poltergeist? No, that's not it.
Anyone else?
Down to 12,600.
Let's hear it, player 3.
6 cents.
No.
No, that's not right.
Anyone else? Okay, player 2.
A Beautiful Mind.
Good. Player 2. Pick again.
Raven for 16.
This Johnny Depp character tells his psychiatrist, "You are a great lover like myself." It's player 3.
Sweeney Todd? Wrong.
Anyone else? The correct response is Don Juan de Marco.
Don Juan DeMarco.
Now let's take a look
Alright,
at that
last one for
$2,000 clip,
2000.
shall we? In Quills, this author muses, "My glorious prose filtered through the minds of the insane. They might improve it." It's player 3.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That's not it.
Wrong. And player 3 won't be around
Any
for
other
Final
takers?
Jeopardy. Player 2.
Okay, player 2.
Marquis de Sade.
Right.
That's right. So you finished Double Jeopardy 4,000.
Sorry,
I have
player 3.
12,600.
Your score is not on the positive side,
player
so
3
you
pretty
will
much
not be joining us for Final Jeopardy.
kept kicking himself in the foot.
So
And
much
he's not
depends
including
on
Final
how you
Jeopardy.
do in the Final Jeopardy category.
Anyway,
which
Final Jeopardy category
is
today. Organizations.
What are you going to wait?
$2,400.
Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy.
Here's our
clue.
Final Jeopardy
In
answer.
2003, Allied Command Europe and Allied Command Atlantic, parts of this organization, merged.
I'll say what is NATO. Player 2.
What did you say?
UNESCO.
And that will lose
No. So you lost all
you.
$4,000.
And your response?
NATO.
How much do you add?
And
in
I'm
total?
right.
Is that correct
I had
response?
2,400, bringing me up to
Congratulations, player
$15,000.
one. You are our new champion.
And that now
So long,
makes it
everybody.
$121,401. We'll see you all next time on Jeopardy!